In the name of Allah, good morning my dear students. I hope all of you will be fine. Today we will continue at Unit 8. We will start today in Lesson 5, Reading Time. Let's see together what are the objectives of this lesson. To listen and read for pleasure. To revise structures learned in previous lesson. يعني عندنا النهاردة نص هنسمعه ونقرأه مع بعض وهنراجع القواعد أو التركيب اللغوية اللي احنا درسناها في الدروس السابقة. Let's start our lesson by listening to the new vocabulary.
8. Reading time. Vocabulary. Cue. Wax model. Politician. Amazed. Staff.
Now, let's revise the grammar which we studied in this unit. Number 1. The prepositions of movement يعني حروف الجر اللي بتعبر عن الحركة. said over, towards, around, through, past, up and down. The second structure in this unit to give directions إن احنا كيف نعطي حد الاتجاهات أو كيف نعبر عن الاتجاهات. We talk some expressions to express by that. احنا خدنا بعض التعبيرات اللي بتساعدنا إن احنا نعبر عن الاتجاهات. Number 1. Take the second turning on your right. Turn right or turn left. It's on your right or it's on your left. Go down the street. Go a street up. Go straight. The third one is the verb may. التركيب الثالث أو القاعدة الثالثة كانت الفعل may. We said we use the verb may to ask for something politely. يعني قلنا احنا بنستخدم الverb may عشان نسأل عن شيء أو نطلب شيء بطريقة مهذبة. And we can answer ممكن نجاوب yes you may or to refuse أو نرفض باستخدام no you may not. And the last one to express likes and dislikes نعبر عن الأشياء التي نحبها أو التي لا نحبها. We said we use the verbs نستخدم الأفعال هي love, like, enjoy and hate and it must followed by verb plus ing يجب أن يأتي بعدها الفعل في ing or noun أو يجي بعدها اسم. These are all the grammar which we studied in this unit. If you have any problem with them, you can write it down and we will discuss it inshallah at our online meeting today on Zoom. لو حد عنده أي مشكلة في القواعد اللي احنا شرحناها في الوحدة أو أي حد عنده أي تعليق يكتبها عشان نتناقش فيها إن شاء الله النهاردة في اجتماعنا على برنامج زوم at 6 p.m. الساعة 6. Now open your students book page 80 and 81. افتحوا الكتاب صفحة 80 81. Now we will listen text about Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Wax Museum يعني متحف الشمع. Listen and read, then we will answer the question at activity 2.
Activity 1. Listen and read. What can you see at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum?
Madame Tussauds. It was their first day in London. It was hot and sunny. Bob and Mark wanted to see everything in the city. They both love visiting museums, so they decided to start with Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. They were on Baker Street, but they didn't know exactly where the museum was, so they asked someone for directions.
Excuse me, how can we get to Madame Tussauds Museum? Is it far from here?
No, it's not. Go down this street and turn left on Marylebone Road. You'll see it on your left. Bob and Mark kept walking, and after a few minutes, they were at the museum. The queue was so long that they had to wait for 2 hours for the tickets. When they finally got inside, they were amazed. There were wax models everywhere, and they looked like real people. They were artists, sports stars, and politicians. They saw Picasso and many, many others. Bob wanted to take photos of them, but he didn't know if he could. He turned around and saw a man. He was wearing glasses and a blue uniform. He must be someone from the museum staff, Bob thought.
Excuse me, may I take some photos, please?
He asked him. Then he heard Mark laughing.
Oh, Bob, this is a wax model, not a real person.
Now, we will answer activity 2 together. In activity 2, read activity 1 again and put the sentences in the correct order. Right, 1 to 5. يعني احنا هنقرأ الجمل دي ونرتبها ترتيب الصحيح من 1 ل 5. Let's read them first. A. They didn't know how to get to Madame Tussauds museum. They asked for directions. B. Bob and Mark were in London and they wanted to visit Madame Tussauds museum. C. Bob wanted to see his camera. D. There were a lot of wax models in the museum. E. Bob talked to a wax model. Okay, let's see which one will be number 1. Excellent. B will be number 1. A will be number 2. D will be number 3. C will be number 4. And E will be number 5. Now, open your workbook page 71. We will read the story and the student's book and complete. يعني نقرأ القصة مرة تانية ونكمل. Let's answer this question together. يلا نجاوب السؤال ده مع بعض. Number 1. Bob and Mark asked someone where was. They asked for what? هم سألوا عن إيه؟ Excellent. Madame Tussauds Museum. هم كانوا بيسألوا على المتحف. Number 2. They had to turn on Marylebone Road. Turn left. يتجهوا يسارا. Number 3. It took them a few minutes to get to the museum. Number 4. They saw in the museum. They saw wax models. And number 5. Bob asked if he could use his camera. Asked a wax model. Homework of today will be at your workbook page 71, activity 2 and 3. That's all for today. Thank you for listening, and I'm waiting you today at our online meeting, inshallah, to discuss everything in this unit. Goodbye.